what's up? It's Hardwell Podcast, episode 2. It's me, Shay, here, and we got a new guest.
Yo, I'm Landon.
The preposterous.
Sure.
So introduce yourself real quick. What do you do? What do you do in the scene?
What do I do in the scene? I am a very mean, green, Neil Breen loving scene man. Excellent bass player. I've been dabbling into some little electronic shit recently, and I went by the name Banana Veins for a little while, a little noise project, but I do various bass and all that.
Yeah, he frequented any house show I had in small areas, and people would flock to the exit. Yeah,
as soon as the first note started playing, like, they just booked it right to the fucking exit.
Which is one of my favorite sites. That's why I'd book him. I'd be like, I want to see, especially because they'd be like, a couple family members would be like, oh, we'll come by. It's a house show. It'll be easy. Probably because it's free for them is why they come.
Yeah.
And they come in and then they see this dude with a bird mask just...
And then just seeing the scowls on everyone's face is like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I just can't look away because it's just such a goddamn mesmerizing mess.
I may have to find the video, but one of my sisters took one just walking down the stairs, and there's just everyone staring in, like,
really,
just watching a car crash, the aftermath, and it's like, there's something terrible happening, but we cannot look away. We gotta see what happens next. Anyway, so that's the intro for him. He's also in Pink Pout, a new project I got starting up, so be on the lookout for that if it ever exists.
If it happens.
It probably will. I don't know why we're making it sound so
vague.
Yeah. Anyways, today we're going to have some good topics to talk about. We're going to talk about some show experiences with Landon. We're going to talk about Jugglers. And we're going to talk about his hatred for not work, but his boss.
Fuck that guy.
All right.
We'll go into that later.
Okay, you want to talk about the Jugglers first? You a fan of the Jugglers?
I'm a fan of the people. I don't know about the music all so much, but the subculture itself is just one of the most fascinating human things. Gang, yeah.
Terrorist group?
Gang, family, whatever you want to call it. It's a very, very fun subculture. It's like probably one of the most well-documented subcultures in history. And, yeah.
What appeals to you?
Just
visual or just the actions?
Both. Like, the entire vibe of the Juggalo culture is just, like, pure trash. But in, like, a really fun trash, I gotta say. It's just
like trash you want to be around.
Yeah, exactly. Like recyclable shit, almost.
Yeah, almost recyclable. Almost a functioning member of society.
Okay, that's pushing it, but...
Well, you know, I guess I'll say I do enjoy quite a few of the earlier ICP records.
Yeah, like Great Malenko, of course.
Great Malenko, Hall of Illusions, is that the...
I couldn't tell you.
Probably some other, like, Houdini or something, I don't know. But yeah, the Ringmaster, I believe. I like that one. Yeah. I like the first, like, 3 or 4 albums. Then after that, they started getting towards that whole, like, you know, how do magnets work area where it's just everything is a complete meme. And I think they kind of play into that a little bit. But also, I don't know. I do like the Violent J is a furry.
Yeah, and like his daughter is a furry, so he just like decided to become a furry to stand up for his daughter, and that's like really cool.
I remember when he first did it, because there's a YouTube video popped up, and I thought it was like a Onion type video or something.
Yeah.
Then I watched it, and it was literally him being like, "Hey, don't be mean to furries. My daughter's one, so I'm one. Bullies are bad, furries are good.
Therefore, I will be a furry."
And so yeah, that was good. But you know,
shit, what animal is he? Is he like a wolf or something? Or?
Yeah, I think mainly they're wolves for some reason.
Yeah.
I had tickets to see ICP at the Music Factory.
Yeah, but
and then it's pushed back to September for right now.
Oh, they actually rescheduled it?
Yeah, so it better happen because I need some Juggalo love in my life.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed. I also saw Twisted, the other Juggalo band at Warped Tour.
Oh yeah.
In 2018, right. I think it was, and then this is the midst of the Juggalo Civil War, which is going on because the two are pinned against each other. I don't remember what happened. There was some beef though, and now all the fans, you know, like they're like, "Oh, yeah, Twisted or an ICP Juggalo."
Yeah.
Do not mess it up. Very different. A guardrail when we did our ICP makeup, that shows you what side we're on. We are not Twisted Juggalos.
See, I don't know much about Twisted, and like, do they? Have
They're not recyclable.
Oh, they're just like pure like burnable trash.
One of the lyrics to their biggest song, it's like serial killers, we get high, no, we get high, we get high, we don't die, we get high.
Oh, that's some Dr. Seuss poetry right there.
What was the? I think the song is just called "We Get High." I got pulled the lyrics to make sure on that, but
they had a talented team of 20 writers just to craft the lyrics alone. Took them like they locked themselves in a room for 3 weeks straight.
Sorry, it's called "Just Get High."
Oh. I changed up the lyrics on
We about to smoke down, 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 light up and smoke down, 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 whole crew smoke down, down, down. If you ain't with us, you can growl, growl, growl.
Oh.
Because we are going to get high. We're going to get high. We're going to get high and high and high and high and high and high. We're going to get high with me.
And that's just the chorus? Or is that the whole fucking song?
I think that's the chorus.
Oh, you got some verses there. Lots of...
This might be a different song. This might be another one.
But you can't tell.
Wait, they have another one called Come On, Get High? Come on, Let's Get High?
It's like the songs all fucking blend together.
Because I really want to get high to the sky. I just want to fly. Come on, let's get high. I feel faded, elevated. That's how I'm living my life. Times 2.
What is Sugar Ray? I just want to fly.
I saw Sugar Ray weekly.
No shit?
Yeah, at one of the last shows I saw was Sugar Ray with Vanilla Ice.
Oh, was it like that 90s throwback to it?
Yeah, at the casino. I saw Vanilla Ice.
Course.
What's his name? CNC Music Factory. You know, the
oh yeah,
dun, I've got the power.
Oh, that. Okay.
And then the rest of the set made no sense to me. And Coolio was there, who started having like.
How does his hair look? Because he's trying to hold on to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen him recently, but he looks a lot like Angelica's doll from Rugrats, Cynthia.
Yeah, I was more focused on the random guitar soloing.
Wait, you fucking play guitar?
They covered Eagles, Hotel California. It was
Coolio.
weird.
Oh, fun little fact about Coolio. Back when they were supposed to make a Batman movie after Batman and Robin, you know how the wonderful smash hit with Schwarzenegger. Scarecrow was supposed to be the main villain in the next movie. And
Was it going to be him?
Yeah, it was fucking Coolio. They casted him and everything.
Okay, so the song I was thinking of wasn't We Get High, it's We Don't Die by Twisted.
Oh.
Here's the hook. Axe murderers, we don't die. Serial killers, we don't die. Freaks of the night, we don't die. We get high, we don't die. So I mixed up We Get High and We Don't Die, which is understandable because they have 2 songs that include Let's Get High in the lyrics.
And they're just like so indistinguishable from each other.
And 2 of them have the title We Get High and then Let's Get High. So I wouldn't say that's much of an offshoot for me to think this one was also called that, especially since it says it in the chorus. Yeah. But what was I going to say? The Coolio thing, him covering Hotel California, you know what it reminded me of?
What?
You ever listen to the Busta Rhymes Iron Man?
No.
Featuring Black Sabbath?
What?
Yeah. Just imagining Ozzy singing this. But yeah, so check out that full version sometime.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of another cover by somewhat similar cover. Like System of a Down once did a Wu-Tang cover.
Oh, what song?
Shame on the.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Did they sing it? Like,
yeah, and it actually had an original verse from the RZA on there too.
Wow.
Yeah, just called Shame. It's like a classic nu metal track. You got rapping Surge. That's like.
I feel like they should have let Darren do it.
Yeah. Or it should have been on their fucking self-titled, man. I don't know. That's like it's weird that they're considered a nu metal band because they don't have much like nu metal qualities, I don't think. Like besides
they got the bouncy guitars.
Yeah, they got the bouncing guitars, but I always associate like rap.
I feel like they become more of a just straight into alternative metal. I mean, like nu metal is usually like 3 different things they're bringing into it. Either like electronic things, where you have like the Static X's and like the fucking Power Man 5000s.
Yeah.
Like they're
Coal chamber and shit like that.
like like super like not futuristic, but you know what I mean, like that.
Like kind of somewhat industrial, but
Those
like
elements not cool enough to be industrial. Like Nine Inch Nails is saying, you can't come over here. You're stuck in new metal.
They're not. It's not Rammstein.
Too corny to be industrial. They can't pull it off right.
Yeah.
And then there's the rap influence, obviously, like the Limp Bizkits, the Crazy Town.
Yeah.
And then you got
early Korn and Deftones.
And then you just have like the really bouncy, like funky type new metal. And I feel like
like Korn sometimes. Yeah.
I think the only part that keeps System of a Down in that new metal thing was like the weird parts.
Yeah.
They definitely like in the weird parts they're playing. You can be like, yeah, this makes it feel like new metal. But if you take the weird parts out, it's just like
standard
alternative metal.
Like their singles and shit.
Yeah.
Like
I always forget that Aerials is on Toxicity.
Yeah, it feels totally different from the rest of the album.
Well, that, and I always just like skip through the songs that aren't on the radio that often, and then that's like the final song, and I let it play through anyways.
Yeah.
Because it's like one of those bands where like I still like every song by them.
Listen to the hidden track that's at the very end.
Yeah, the little alto or whatever, Arto.
Yeah, like the tribal thing.
Yeah, but I just let that play through with it.
Yeah.
But what's it called? I always skip Toxicity and I always skip Chop Suey because like I can turn on the radio and that's playing for me.
Yeah, I mean you hear them so often. It's just like you gotta go through like fucking Forest and Shimmy and Prison Song.
Dude, Shimmy needs to be played on the radio.
Yeah.
I like Deer Dance a lot, even though that one's played a couple times every now and then. But that one's just that slaps. It's the same problem that a lot of bands have. It's just if there wasn't radio, I'd listen to like the whole album all the way through. But
yeah,
it's just like how when people bring up Linkin Park, the first album is completely out of the question for me. Like Meteora is all I can play right now.
The fuck is it?
It died. Keep going.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I get what you're saying about Meteora, because like almost every song in the first album is just like played to death. Yeah,
and it's like those songs were good, yes, but like when people ask me what I like about it now, it's like I almost not hate it, but I'm just like so tired of the first album. It's like I can't rank it accurately. It's like yeah, it's okay to me now.
Yeah.
It just seems like songs like you've known your whole life, especially for like the time we were born. It's just like yeah, I've known it the entire time. It's like nothing special. But when you hear like the
from the top to the bottom to the top, that's the fun one. You don't hear that one too often. Like I've had that similar issue with Toxicity actually.
Yeah.
Like recently, like for most of my life, I've been saying Toxicity was my #1 System album, but like in recent light, I've been thinking they're self-titled.
I was about to say it's my third.
Really?
I like Steal This album a lot.
Yeah, that one's
underrated.
Underrated as fuck. And
people bring up Mesmerize and Hypnotize over it, and I'm like, no, those are by far the worst too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, how could you bring any of those two over the rest of them? Like, they were just fighting over them. I mean, like, they weren't like a full band or anything.
Yeah, like Serge didn't even want to do like Hypnotize, Mesmerize back then. He's just like, yeah.
I Steal This album, #1 album, and then System.
Okay. Yeah, that's a solid choice. Steal This album. They've got some plenty underrated hits.
Mr. Like, Jack is great. Highway Song, Pictures.
Ego Brain, holy fuck. I love Ego Brain.
And it opens so great too.
Yeah, it's like a pizza order from hell.
What topic that started us into this?
Juggalos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juggalos, basically System of a Down fans are all Juggalos, and
they're
John should leave the band.
Smelly.
I want to see Serge and John fight. Physically.
Did John say something bad?
Serge was like, if something about like politics, then you're listening to the wrong band. Then John was like, oh yeah, Trump's pretty cool.
Oh.
That's probably paraphrasing, but it was somewhere. He's like, oh yeah, he hasn't done anything bad or something. I can't remember, but I find it very ironic that the posts were very close in time.
I'm happy that Chavo doesn't seem to have like any of that.
I'm glad he doesn't seem to talk.
Yeah, he just mostly like on his Instagram and shit. I mostly see him promoting like his
DJ.
That too, and like his he has like a weed brand.
Oh, of course.
He grows his own shit.
Serge is the loudest probably, and then
Darren.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Yeah.
They always have a power struggle over who's loudest.
Serge and Darren especially. Yeah.
Maybe that lyric when they're like dun 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 dun, that power struggle. Maybe they're talking about each other.
Yeah. Darren wanted to sing more and all that shit, and it's like Serge is like, no, I gotta sing.
So you have to ask which one of them are the boss. And speaking of bosses,
I don't like my boss. I wanna kick his teeth in, and then take his cigar that he smokes all the time and just snap it in half.
From his teeth or in his hand?
From the teeth, of course.
From his teeth, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But back to Juggalos.
Back to Juggalos.
Back to Juggalos. I have a story, an encounter that I want to tell about a Juggalo that I stuck with my mind for forever. So this was back at a guardrail show back in like October around Halloween time. This man right here.
From the one where we were dressed up as Juggalos?
Yeah, like you guys and Evan had the fucking black metal.
Oh yeah,
makeup.
We were all Juggalos, and then we didn't have another Juggalo to do because we didn't want to do Twisted. So Evan was just a black metal dude.
Yeah, like
I think he was like a Both or something.
Yeah, just like straight up standard corpse paint. And then I came up to the show and I was like, oh shit, I'd like to have some Juggalo face paint. And Abby just happened to have extra face paint. And,
Well, it's to retouch ours up, yeah.
Oh yeah, and like she just put some on me. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a Juggalo for a bit, even though it didn't look as clean as your guys's. Cause,
Yeah,
like,
it was like in a dark room and everything.
Yeah, like she did like right outside the bathroom with like little lighting and shit. And then had that on for the rest of the show. It was a fun time. And then after that show, I hopped over to a Super Tan show that was going on a couple blocks down at a house.
As we're always playing on the same nights.
Yeah, which just happened to be. And that was a fun time. And then after that, I drove home back to Battle Creek and decided, hey, I should get some Taco Bell. Because Saturday night, I'm pretty hungry. I want some Taco Bell, you know? And so I drive to the Taco Bell that's on Columbia. And I order my food and go up to the window. And the lady who took my order, she sees my face and she's like, oh, are you supposed to be Insane Clown Posse? And I was like, yeah. And this next moment, boys and girls, is the moment that is burned into my brain forever and will probably never leave until I die. So, and what she does next, the lady pulls up her sleeve and she unveils a Juggalette tattoo.
A hatchet woman?
Yeah, the hatchet lady, just straight up on her fucking, on her arm.
I like how she has to ask first, is that supposed to be ICP? Like, if you have the tattoo, you better know what it is.
Like, are you like a diehard Juggalette?
Are you ashamed of your...
Are you ashamed of your heritage, your family?
Your heritage? It's in your roots. Juggaloism is in your blood. You cannot deny it. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, it's
you may not know you have it, but you do.
You're either born the Juggalo or you cannot be adopted into the Juggalo way.
Some people think it's spiritual. It's blood.
Yeah, it's like tainted, like... Fago Moon Mist blood. There's some shit.
I think they like Fago Orange best.
Is it? That's so?
This is Fago.
Fago Sunkissed Edition.
Did you know the owner of Fago hates ICP? Ironically enough, they probably give him like the most
revenue.
Yeah.
That's like that's why they're still in business.
Yeah, he hates them because the way they like waste the pop or whatever at the shows. But it's like that's probably keeping you afloat. You should probably. Sponsor them.
Wouldn't you want to like ideally sell as many sodas as you
no matter
can?
What's going to?
I mean, no matter like how you drink, if you drink it or not, or if it just like gets all over the stadium and just like, makes everything sticky.
Yeah, that's what was like, weird. Like the thing I was thinking with like when they play Music Factory, they just gonna like seal the walls down because that's all chalked band names on it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to because like you can't ruin all the chalk on the walls.
Yeah, I just put my band's logo. Actually, you know, I'd want to redo the guardrail logo. So if they could, fresh start. Yeah, white walls.
Yeah.
Remember, leave a comment below if Juggaloism is in your blood. Also, ICP, if you see this, please sponsor Guardrail.
They need it.
We want more face paint.
We need the budget for the paint to be very plentiful.
Also, I realized that was one of the few shows where I think I didn't throw out a Juggalo call out. When we were doing
like
the
when
face
you
paint?
guys were face painted Juggalos?
Yeah, because usually I'll do like a good old like hocus pocus jokers wild come take a ride. But I don't think I did that then. I may have done just like a whoop whoop.
Yeah,
but I always do a whoop whoop.
It's fun as fuck. I get it.
But instead, we covered the Misfits. Saturday Night, which got either people who loved it or people who hated it because people are all up in arms about pure Danzig Misfits. That or they just don't care. I feel like people who like Graves Era like it all. And then there's people who only like Danzig.
They're like elitists for the good old days.
Usually older guys, and they're like completely judged. Like Graves Misfits is more metal for sure, and maybe that's why because it's like a lot more just like straightforward like riffing and stuff, and not just like. And
then like Danzig era is just like straight up like punk.
Yeah, like OG silly, like hardcore punk and stuff, and like horror punk.
Yeah, very silly horror punk.
short man yelling at you saying, "Lanes of food." You can't take it seriously, but I love it.
Oh, hell no.
I think I've made Abby quite tired of Misfits by how much I've played it, and don't know why. I can't get enough. I think it's my number 4 played artist now on Last FM. And
yeah, I checked your Last FM recently just because I like to check my friends' Last FM.
Yeah, I do too. Like whenever I look at my every couple weeks, I'll be like, oh, what are they listening to?
Yeah. And I noticed that both of our number 2s of all time are Deftones.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
I think mine might climb up to number 1 soon.
Yeah. I don't know, but with the habits that I've been listening to Deftones like in the past week, it's definitely climbing up to number 1. It's still got like a few hundred spots in between that and number 1. The thought train has been derailed a bit, I gotta say.
You're gonna talk about your shirt.
Oh yeah, this band right here, Frill Body. They're a very good band from I think Illinois.
Yeah, like Rockford.
Yeah, Rockford, Illinois. A nice screamo band that they came to Kalamazoo.
I actually picked up the album. I asked for it for Christmas, and then it was funny enough. I saw like they were like looking for places to play, so I hit up Dan from Tiffy and got it booked up. So that was really cool because it was like I got like my Christmas present, and then I got to play with the band.
Oh hell yeah!
It just happened to work out too, like all that way, and so it was
yeah.
Really fun, and that was a great. We got to open it. That was a great show. And
that
then,
was an excellent show.
Missed our opening band here.
Yeah, I was fucking stupid and missed their opening band. I thought I was under the assumption that they would operate on punk time, where they.
No, it was screamo time. It's right on.
Yeah, so I got.
So you're generalizing genres now.
You guys started like what 8, and I showed up at like 8:30, 8:45.
I think it might have been 7:58
or something like that.
Yeah, it was like right before 8 even.
Yeah, and like right as I got to the house, I just missed their fucking set, and I was upset. So.
It was a classic hitting that last note, and then I turned the amp off, and I look back, and you guys are walking in, and it's like, oh hey, we missed the set.
Yeah,
like your dad usually does.
Yeah,
yeah. His dad has a trend of coming to our shows and right after the set.
Every single set almost.
Wait, did he see us at the?
Oh, he saw you guys at the Old World Village,
yeah,
I think.
of all things.
Yeah, the fucking mosquito central.
Wearing like his all white outfit and this muddy haven of mosquitoes.
Yeah,
looking like a pimp.
Wearing his golf shit. He stood out from like everyone wearing all black.
He should have saw Frill Body.
Yeah, he would have.
That would have been a great reaction.
That would have been fun, but yeah, the Frill Body set was very fun. I busted my tooth during their set.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like
it's gone. Yeah, that tooth's fine.
Okay, maybe busted is a little too harsh.
Chipped?
I chipped it. Yeah. So how that came to be is you know how very heavy sets tend to have like a little mosh pit going on.
They do
naturally. And being a semi-small basement, mosh pit was maybe like 5-10 people max.
It was probably just 2 of this room.
Yeah.
Which this room is not very big, and we've had shows in just this room.
Yeah, it's a very small space, but yeah, I hopped into the pit because I wanted to jam out to the fucking heavy tunes, you know, and I was in there for maybe like 2 seconds max, and some dude's shoulder gets like right underneath my jaw, and he just like pushes up, and I felt a large crunch, and I felt like a shit ton of powder in my mouth.
Did you hear it?
No, I just like felt it.
So I know one time, like when mine did, like I heard like a.
Like I can't remember if I heard it or anything, but it happened so fast. It was like the dude's shoulder was like right underneath my chin, and he pushed up, and my teeth were just like at the wrong angle, and I felt a lot of powder in my mouth.
Did you get retribution?
I don't remember which guy it was. But
yeah, I get retribution. I feel like you probably really like the set because that bass was loud.
Yeah, and he was playing a Rickenbacker too, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And like as soon as that set was over, I had to get some merch. I bought their CD. I bought their shirt.
I felt bad because I literally already had the album, and I really can't wear light colored shirts very often.
Yeah.
If you know me, I'm quite the sweat man.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I might be sweating at the end of this. Like people think like oh yeah you sweat a lot too. No, I sweat a lot.
You are a very sweaty individual.
Probably at the beginning of every Guardrail set, once I turn the amp on, my body just.
Yeah, you're one of the few people who I know that can wear shorts year round. That's like
I kind of like have to too. I feel like.
Yeah, I think I've seen you wear jeans like maybe.
If I'm sick, I'll put jeans and pants on.
Yeah, like less than 5 times, and like since I've known you, and I've known you for like since like
more than that in years.
Middle school at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boss is quite a tinfoil hat Fox News conspiracy nut. I've come to find out. There was one day, like a couple weeks ago, where we were making some delivering some trees out to people, and like 3 points, baby. And you see how it's fucking spiked right there.
Clipping.
Yeah, and like we were just in the truck, just like driving and pass the time. He was like talking about they put a bunch of cameras out on I-94 so they can they can catch you and give you a ticket. The government's watching us, man, and shit like that.
Like not like speed traps, but cameras.
Yeah, like they actually do have some cameras out there. Like there's a lot more out.
But he thinks they're gonna track you down after, and
yeah, that's what he pretty much said.
Here's what's gonna happen. Everything that's going on in the world right now, it's all build up. You know what it's build up for?
What's
the final battles of the Juggalos Civil War? Twisted and ICP are gonna meet at one of these places, and you have to pick a side. Are you gonna pick the OGs?
I can't be neutral?
Or no? Being neutral is being compliant. Complacent?
Whoops.
You're a Twisted fan.
I can't say that on TV. Fuck. Yeah.
Do you have any other topics that you want to hit on?
Yeah, like the most fucked up movies we've ever seen.
Oh, yes, that was the final thing. So yeah, recently I went and watched that Green Inferno movie. It's not the most messed up I've seen, but
it's got some fucked up shit.
But it's just like a couple scenes, then the rest of it's like completely normal. It's based off or inspired or whatever a little bit by that Cannibal Holocaust movie. You've seen that, right?
I actually haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it. It's on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
For free?
They haven't taken it down yet, I don't think.
Fuck.
Let me see if it's still up, but yeah, I watched it there.
For those of you who don't know about Cannibal Holocaust,
says the man who hasn't seen it. For all you who don't know,
I know about it. It's one of the most controversial films of all time. It was this Italian movie made back in the early '80s.
Still up.
Oh, no, nice. As about this group of people that goes into like this Amazon tribe or whatever, and is like cannibals and shit. And one of the reasons it was controversial is like they actually killed animals on screen. They didn't have like fakes on set, and the director, I believe, was also in legal trouble because most people thought that he had actually killed some of the co-stars.
Yeah.
Because it just looked so real and lifelike.
They thought it was a snuff.
Yeah.
And
the Green Inferno is based on that. It also has Junie from Spy Kids in that movie. Oh. You good?
Yeah, I'm just resetting it.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Junie from Spy Kids, you see this is a part of his peen.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, I was like, oh, tarantula peen.
And a spider crawls on it, and he like tries to shoot the fucking.
Yeah, for some reason, starts shooting a gun around.
Yeah.
Spoilers? Which death was your favorite? I kind of liked when the plane hit and the dude just.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool, that just happened.
And it hit the pilot.
So many people died in that like instance. You could tell like everyone who hadn't talked before but was in the group, like 8 of them like fell out. Not 8, but like a good 6 people just died right there.
It kind of sucks how like the first half of the movie you don't see like the cannibals whatsoever. It's just like the activists trying to do their bullshit.
I feel like they should have did more of it. See, okay, I like the visuals of these like horror and thriller movies that are in day, but I wish more of that one was at night, because the night in jungle with like all the fire would have been like way scarier, I think.
Yeah. Because
like the scenes where they were at night and they like when they tried to escape and they got to him, that was pretty scary. It was cool seeing him like hang the dude up and put ants up on him, but it's not as scary.
Oh no.
Like it's just like interesting, but like the night ones, I was like, oh, that's kind of a little freaky.
Yeah, the only like horror movie I could think of where it's like actually scary in the daytime is Midsommar.
Yeah, and that's probably because they have a good grip of time to build up the suspense and stuff.
Yeah. And just like the lighting and all that is just really unsettling.
Beautiful looking movie though.
Yeah, but yeah, I think my favorite death in Green Inferno was when Junie was ripped up by all the cannibals, and a lot of those deaths were very Walking Dead like because they actually got the same guy who did the special effects from The Walking Dead, Greg Nicotero. He did the same. He did all the special effects.
But yeah, with Cannibal Holocaust, disappointing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's so old and I've seen so many things that look better now.
Yeah.
That like compared to like to then what they thought would be realistic.
And it's just been like so like hyped up,
so washed over by what we've seen in like amount of time like that's come out since. Because we were like born with movies with better effects at this point.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like maybe like after that point, it's just like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, this movie came out like what 1980, some shit like that.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, this is what was realistic then. So maybe that's part of it. I respect it. And it's like it was worth the watch, but it's just like,
yeah,
I'm not as. It's just like, oh, it just looks like you'd think like if people didn't tell me the lore behind it, I wouldn't have thought it was that crazy. Like, I mean, like it's messed up, but like.
That's like how I felt about the original Wicker Man movie.
Yeah.
With Christopher Lee, because like I saw it was like really hyped up because of the ending scene with the Wicker Man, like the dude gets burned alive.
Yeah.
But like the whole movie prior to that is just like, the fuck is going on? I don't really care about any of this. It's
the
just
Nick
like,
Cage one's better, just for like, just the pure insanity of him in a bear suit smacking like girls in the face, just like, and then like the one where it's just, it's just watch. I love the compilation of all of his like. Stupidity, and that like half of it is the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
And
prime Nick Cage.
But yeah, you see more messed up stuff than like a lot of those movies just on like Reddit things.
Yeah.
Like you go on like that Reddit like I can't remember what it was called, like 50/50.
Oh, I love 50/50.
Where you're just like, oh, is it a cute little cat or is it a ladder going through people?
Or like fucking a dude's testicles that are skinned, and sometimes it's like a true 50/50 where it could be either one.
Where it randomizes. Sometimes it's always just.
Like the skin testicles or something.
Yeah, it's always skin testicles every time.
Yeah, I saw one where like this dude was up by like a power line, and he got connected to the power line, and he was smoking, and the power line just went through his head, decapitated him, and the head just comes tumbling, boop, boop, like a fucking beach ball.
You ever seen the one where like the electric pole just like shocks the dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of those, but like and then like there's like a group of them all just like.
Yeah. And they're just like instantly burst into flames.
Yeah.
Crazy shit.
You ever played the Friday the 13th video game?
A little bit.
I like playing as the counselors. Playing as Jason feels too easy because I want to be a little bit scared. Like playing as him, you can just murder people.
Yeah.
I like trying to escape. I like the feeling of I could be murdered.
Yeah.
But I may live. Sometimes it's someone who's really good though, and you're not gonna live. If they know the map well enough, you're dead.
You're fucking donezo. Yeah.
I heard the Predator game isn't as fun, and from what I watched of it, it doesn't... Because, like, you get guns in it, and everything's less scary when you have a gun.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I'm just playing, like, Call of Duty versus an alien, or, like, type thing, whatever, Predator type thing. And that's not as scary, because I played zombies, and, like, even zombies is only scary at certain points.
Yeah.
But zombies are probably scarier, because there's so many of them.
Yeah, or if it's just, like, a single zombie.
Yeah, if it's one single, like, super zombie, like Predator or something.
Yeah.
Maybe, but, like, a bunch of zombies just endlessly waving at you. And that's the thing, too. You can't win Call of Duty Zombies. So that's inherently scarier than...
Oh, you actually can't win?
There's no win. You can do the Easter eggs. There's no end of the rounds. It just keeps going. It's unlimited.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Unless the certain ones may have an actual ending, but every one I've played just is unlimited.
Yeah.
It's just however high you can get. It's almost like an arcade.
Hell yeah.
They actually have a mode where it's like arcade mode, but yeah. Now, do you have any shout-outs you want to give to anyone? So any bands, artists, anything?
Frill Body, of course. I want to shout out to motherfucking Harm's Way, I guess, because he's...
The Running Man meme?
Is that where that's from?
That's what that's from. That's the man.
Oh, shit. That's the...
You should check them out live.
The big buff man who's a very scary...
Nice guy, though.
Very scary man.
He's a substitute teacher, or was at least.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine just like being all loud and then this dude walks in and he's just fucking...
Yeah. Oh shit, I want to talk about the most fucked up movie I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that. This fun little film called Pink Flamingos by this weasel of a man named John Waters.
This weasel of a man.
Hey, he looks like a fucking weasel, just like, look him up. He's got the little pencil mustache.
He looks like Pee Wee Herman's uncle, but not like the one that you're supposed to stay away from. Am I wrong?
Creepy pederast uncle. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, it stars Divine, who is this drag queen who is supposedly the filthiest person in America, and she tries...
Not just the world?
Or I don't know if it's like the world.
I would assume it's the world.
Probably the world, and she tries to keep her title by doing very depraved, filthy acts of shit. Like, one example, in the final shot of the movie, she eats an actual piece of dog shit, like they follow around this dog for a long time, and it leaves a dookie, and she just picks it up and just eats it.
I remember you said, "Hey, you want to see that?" And I'm like, "Sure." I had regrets, but I needed to see it.
Yeah, you just had to know.
And then the movie's quoted in one of the Terror songs in that interlude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that where it's just like a rap song in the other album, and it just like starts the thing from that. Well, it's the same actor. I don't know if it's the same movie, but it's like the kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, that's Pink Flamingos. Yeah.
Yep. So that was good to hear there.
It's a very fucked up film, but it's about family.
Is it
at
worth
its core.
the watch?
At least one watch.
For most people or for everyone?
I don't know about most people.
Not even most people.
Not even most people. It's just like...
It's worth the watch for you, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, and there's also a very funny, fucked up scene where this guy, he sings Surfing Bird from his gaping asshole. He's just like pulling it out and just like kind of singing along the words to it. Yeah, just the fucking imagery is just beautiful. It's like at a birthday party too.
How do you make these things? Not you, but
like in general.
How does this? I'd say I'm pretty weird, and I've come up with some weird things.
Yeah.
But then there's like that.
It's like, I don't know. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse meets the Manson Family. That's like what the movie reminded me of.
Ahead of its time, Adult Swim.
Yeah.
But real. Yeah. Like things that they probably would have just like animated or CG'd.
Yeah. And there's some shit that like they cannot get away with today, like the chicken scene, where these two people are fucking, and there are a couple of chickens, like live chickens between them, and they just crush them during the fuck session, and that's yeah.
Yeah, I think they get away with that today. But slaughterhouses are still existent.
Yeah.
Shout out to PETA.
They got to eat the chickens afterwards because they didn't have much money for catering.
At least they were resourceful.
Yeah.
If anything. So yeah, that does sound like a little bit of a messed up movie.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out for it as for my boy Graham Whitcop, photography guy. If you need to take photos out, I know he's doing I don't know if he's still doing it this time, but he's doing discounts right now on photos. So if you need some good, reliable photography, it's my boy Graham right there. Let's give a shout out to
Bailey.
Bailey
Miller.
I gave a shout to him in the last one too.
Of Super Tan fame.
Yeah. What's what band just come out with? New Jeff Rosenstock's good. I know he's huge already, but like, shout out to new Justice.
Shout out to Machine Girl. Got some very good electronic shit.
Yeah, we were possibly gonna see them before the show was canceled.
Yeah, they were playing with Code Orange.
Code Orange, Year of the Knife, Jesus Piece. I think that was the lineup. You were just there for Machine Girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
New Code Orange album's probably my like least favorite by them, but it's okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple songs that like sound really like a really bad radio spy song. Like it sounds like if James Bond wanted an edgy song, they'd use it, and it's just like that sucks. The rest of it's okay, I guess.
Damn.
But you know, like if it was their first album, I'd be like, yeah. Like if they didn't put anything else out, but it's just like the standard I already have.
Yeah, they've kind of stagnated over time.
I think every album has gotten a little worse.
That's like how I felt about Lamb of God recently, because like
I do not like Lamb of God.
Their new album, like it's alright, but they just feel like they've stagnated over time, and it's just they haven't tried anything new. Yeah, I liked their earlier stuff, like fucking As the Palaces Burn and Ashes of the Wake, like a lot. I think other than that,
I think Kirk Hammett recently said he likes the modern wave of bands, and then mentioned them, and I laughed for a good minute.
They're like 50.
Yeah, and then I realized it wasn't an Onion or Hard Times, it was real, and I was like, oh. And then I laughed again for another minute. Shout out to Acacia Strain.
Yeah, shout out to Steven Spielberg.
Shout out to Slamentation.
For making the Temple of Doom greatest movie of all time.
That's not the greatest movie of all time.
What is the greatest movie of all time?
Anything Kevin Smith has touched.
Tusk?
I haven't seen... Tusk is in my list. I haven't seen that. Anything Kevin Smith touched in the 90s.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Mallrats especially.
What else is that? What do I really like? Evil Dead.
Yeah.
2. Evil Dead 2. And Hail to the King, then 1. And then the other best movie of all time is gotta be Return of the Wu-Tang.
Oh.
Reverend's Revenge.
Oh shit.
With Brendan Ronan as the Ninja Master.
Oh yeah, that. I remember that.
And then possibly Lone.
Shout out to Brendan Ronan too.
Yo.
He's a
Zookeeper boy.
Whoop whoop.
Shout out to ICP.
We gotta bring it back around to the ICP.
Yeah, we got, the entire thing is just full circle. Well, anyways, this was Hardwell Podcast, episode 2. Landon, check out his stuff he's got coming out soon.